I am Grand Admiral Willis, Warlord of the Empire, servant of the Emperor. Today, I will be covering who's my favorite character outside the movies. Outside the movies, my favorite Jedi character is Jedi Master Krunk, a whiphide, who you will see in the 2003 to 2005 Clone Wars micro series. He is the one who duels and loses to General Grievous. Krunk lives through the Clone Wars. After surviving with his duel with General Grievous, he also duels Quinlan Voss, who at the time he thought had turned to the dark side. He lives through the Galactic Civil War, the Great Jedi Purge, the Second Galactic Civil War, the Yuuzhan Vong War, the Imperial Civil War, the Sith Imperial War, and he even is a part of the Old Jedi Order, New Jedi Order, Luke Skywalker's Jedi Order, the Galactic Republic, the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances. I mean, his story spans decades. For the Sith, not including ones in the movies, who I consider my favorite and most powerful would be Exor Kun. He kind of set the standards for what a Sith warrior, leader, philosopher, and all-around Sith badass could truly do. On the topics of favorites and switching from Jedi and Sith characters, my favorite class of trooper would be Dark Trooper, which was part of the Dark Trooper program started by General Rom Mok. They can be seen as the advanced droid series that the Empire tried to create and failed. They appear once in a New Jedi Order novel, and it covers just one battle that they happen to be in, and it's really not even in a novel. It's really just in a excerpt from a magazine piece, or probably made into a comic. They participated in the Battle of Ord Sedra, which was in the Imperial Remnant, and it took place during the Yuuzhan Vong War. During this time, the Yuuzhan Vong and Peace Brigade had conquered Ord Sedra, a world in the Outer Rim that was part of the Imperial Remnant. The Imperial Remnant joined forces with Jedi Master Kyle Katarn and New Republic intelligence agent Jane Orris. Lieutenant Palion of the Imperial Army led a convoy of stormtroopers with Orris and Katarn to fight the Peace Brigade and the Yuuzhan Vong, who were turning the planet of Ord Sedra into a slave market, turning everybody there into slaves, and turning the whole market, or turning the whole planet into basically a slave market. Jedi Master Kyle Katarn beats the Yuuzhan Vong leader, but the piece I like about it is that the stormtroopers used in the battle wear armor reminiscent of the Dark Trooper class, which tells me that although the Dark Troopers had decades before been dismissed and destroyed as a fighting force, they still left an impression decades later. That would be for Ray Walker about specialized stormtroopers. You should check out the Dark Troopers, Ray. Dark Troopers are epic. To answer one of Russo's questions about what do I consider one of the most powerful of Force powers in Star Wars Legends, Force Lightning. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Sith Force lightning. Not electric judgment used by the Jedi, mind you, which is false Sith lightning. But real Sith lightning. The green used by Mother Talzin. The white used by Palpatine. The blue used by Palpatine. The white used by Starkiller. All these ones that were used, and red used by Darth Caedus? Although they should paint him in some comics and pieces with blue or white Force lightning. Although red does exist. It amazes me how Force lightning is used, because it can be used just merely to zap someone, to torture them, to kill them, bring them back. If you fry them bad enough and then it stops their heart and you shock them again, brings them back to life, or even to the point of just electrocuting them and keep on and on and on until you burn them to a husk, as Palpatine did. During an instructor's revolt against the Emperor executed him when at the final battle. The Emperor hit him with so much Force lightning that he turned into a burnt husk, and it was epic. Palpatine was considered the most powerful of Force lightning wielders, although Dooku is considered a very powerful Force lightning user as well. I would say that Dooku's was used to shock or disable, where Palpatine's was just flat out used to kill. Palpatine didn't care. He killed people. That's all there was to it. Granted, some people would, some people would debate me for that, but I think Force lightning is the most powerful of the Force powers in Legends. Now, they dumb it down in canon, and although Palpatine uses it to torture, I don't think he uses it to kill. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think he uses it to kill. But even so, it's epic. It's Force lightning. Who would not want to shoot Force lightning out of their fingertips and zap some poor person that they truly, really, 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 really hated? And Sith hate Jedi, so that's why you would zap them. Zippity, zappity, 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 zap. Of course, you could use it as a teaching tool. I don't want to say that you could just use it to torture, kill, or maim, because Jorius C. Bayoth, his mad clone, used it as a teaching tool to keep his citizens on Wayland in line. He didn't kill them, but he zapped them and let them know, that he was in charge. And the main thing I like about it is that there's so many different ones. It can be just so many power levels. It's not even, you can I mean, it depends on the user, but there's so many different forms of force lightning. And the colors say it all too, because, I mean, there's purple, white, green, red, yellow, orange, and I mean the uncommonly seen black. I mean, it's not very seen. And then of course there's green, but I think it is. I think it's pretty epic power. Um, Although if you look into seeing yellow or orange, you can actually see it in video games. The Eternal Empire Force users of it usually use yellow Force Lightning or orangish Force Lightning, so you can actually see it, unlike the others, because besides comics and the movies, in some video games, Palpatine, Darth Bane, Darth Nox, they all use purple. Most of Palpatine's depictions are usually white. I've noticed that. Mother Talzin, she used green. Darth Tyrannus, he used usually white or blue. Then there was the Son in the Clone Wars series. He used red Force Lightning, which is epic. Darth Decimus uses it in the Force Unleashed video game, first video game. I think the only first practitioner to use Force Lightning in black was one of the Solo children, Janie Solo, I think, was the only one to use it in form black. But switching up from my favorite force power, or what I think is the most powerful, I think that would be all for now. So yeah.